so here's what I've got left. Just one long root. That looks a lot better, so I'm going to repot it now. Okay, so I finished repotting my orchid, and now I'm doing my other job of laundry. It has been a busy weekend so far. It's Memorial Day weekend, so we have a long weekend, but yesterday I essentially was helping Megs catch up on homework, and Josh did some outside stuff. So he did the terracing on the side hill, which I guess I could go out and show you if I had boots to put on or shoes of some sort. So I don't have any shoes down here, so maybe I can't show you. Yeah, but it's along the side of our driveway. There's like a hill that goes down, and then there's the hawthorn tree, and excuse me, that's where our salt discharge from our water softener goes. So Josh put a longer discharge hose there to take it all the way to the creek without it like running through this area, so hopefully the salt will clear. And then we buried that. So now we're going to plant some trees down there. So we're thinking pears probably down there. I would really love to have some Asian pears because that's my favorite pear. So maybe 2 Asian pears and 2 regular pears, so we can fit 4 trees down there. And then we have 2 more layers of terracing, because when they did the retaining wall, Josh was going to just have them dump all of the soil off the back of our property and kind of down the hill there to cover up the wood that they took out. But I said, hey, that's topsoil. Let's just have them dump it over in the garden if they'll do it. And then we can use it, because we were going to pay to have topsoil brought in. So I was like, why pay for it when we can just get it for free? And it's from our own property. So they were willing to do that. It saved them money because then they didn't have to haul it off our property. So they did, I think, 2 or 3 truckloads over there. So yeah, we basically got free because we paid for the retaining wall. But we got topsoil we didn't have to pay for there. So we made 2 extra terraces. So we'll be able to do, I think, 9 or 10 total more berry bushes. So right now we have 2 raspberries, a black raspberry and a blackberry, all like on trellises. And then we can add 1 more position there as well. So we think we're going to add another black raspberry, but we're not quite sure. And then I'm thinking maybe like salmon berries, elderberries, and probably some more raspberries and blackberries going down the hill. We can't do gooseberries because they're invasive here in Connecticut, so we can't do those. And then we were talking about maybe blueberries or more honeyberries. We're not sure. I also just found out that lungwort is invasive in Connecticut. So all the lungwort we have growing down by the creek, we need to remove it. Because it's essentially getting propagated through like these waste creeks and stuff that are coming from people's gardens. So it's called Bethlehem lungwort, and it's native to Europe, but it's actually invasive here. So it's like getting rid of a lot of the wetland plants in like the riparian habitats. And we do definitely get a lot of frogs and stuff down in there. There's a lot of ferns and some really pretty like wildflowers that I've only seen in Connecticut. So I thought maybe lungwort was native because I've never seen it just growing like this, but it's really that we have the right climate for it, but it isn't from here. So that's going to be a job to clear all that out of the creek bed, but we want to do it so that they're not continuing to spread seeds down into the actual creek that's down in the forest preserve that's the back of our property. So our property backs up to like a state forest or like a green space, so we don't want it to spread down there. Yeah, so that's what we did. I cast on a couple things. I realized that I needed to make a teacher gift because school is almost over. So I started a sockhead hat for Joshua's teacher. I'm not making stuff for Meg's teachers because there's a lot of them, and yeah, I'm not making like 7 teacher gifts. That's too many. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know when you stop, like in high school and middle school. Is it more like if you have a special teacher who really helps you out? What's the expectation there? I don't know. We didn't do teacher gifts really at all when I was a kid. That just wasn't a thing. But now it seems like it is a thing culturally, or maybe it's just New England. I don't know. So anyway, I have been doing them for elementary school, so through 6th grade, but then like middle school, I don't think I'm going to do it. They usually do like teacher appreciation breakfasts and stuff, and so we contribute to that, or they do like pay $1 and send a flower to each of your teachers. Anyway, we participate in those other things, so I don't know. So I'm working on the hat. I'm working on a summer frolic, so a fall frolic, but short sleeves. And I'm also working on my Laurel tee, which is the Laurel sweater, but with short sleeves too. So those are the things I'm working on. I wound up yarn for 2 more things. One is for a tank top. So it is the first of the folklore collection from Plies and Hellhounds. It's the Indus Worm colorway. It's kind of a peachy, pinky color. And I'm going back and forth on what I'm going to make with it. Because I had printed... No, Dad's not home yet. I printed the Cityscape tank. Let's see if I can show you that without...
Oh, it's almost time.
So this... And then the other thing was, it's a spring one. I gotta find it. The Imogen.
Oh.
This one. So it's Imogen with kind of like the elbow length sleeves from the Matter anthology. And I want to do that with this color, which is Wormwood, I think. Nope, that's not the right tag. Yes, Wormwood on the nectar base. So I have 3 of these. And then the Indus Worm is on the Lucent base. So it was March's Folklore Club. That is a BFL silk cashmere. So those are the ones I'm going to get copyrighted for the Snoop Dogg playing in the background. Joshua has music on. Definitely not trying to do that. So anyway, I'm going to put on shoes and go outside and water and also check on the chickens. Because it would be easier to explain by showing it. This is the driveway. These are our canes and the poles that we rescued from the woods, basically. So over there is where they dumped the dirt. And then yesterday, Josh finished terracing. So we've got this first path that comes here, and those poles are kind of marking the line where we would put in more bushes, and then those 2 poles over there on the first line are like we can add positions for berries. We could also put one right here. Then we've got another row here that goes all the way out, so we could put a row of berries here. And then down in here is where we will put the 4 trees. And kind of going to show you here, you can see this tube. That is the salt discharge from our house. So basically it used to end with this thing, the big part that my toe is on right now. And Josh added that converter into the pipe and then buried it. So now it goes over to the creek. It already ran to the creek before, but it was not nicely delineated. So it basically just like ran on top of the dirt, and then it's, you know, putting salt everywhere. So this kind of helps it go where we want it to go. And then it gets washed away over time, but it's not like sitting all in the dirt. So anyway, it's basically going the same direction it always went, but in a better way, instead of running on top and flooding everything and potentially putting a bunch of topsoil into the creek, which clogs it up and then it doesn't run properly. And we've already got enough stuff that we're doing there to get that to work anyway. And then over here we've got where we moved the columbines. So here's the columbines. They're those pinky white things. And then we've got some purple ones that we had to move from the backyard because they were where the heavy machinery needed to go to do the retaining wall. These are our pawpaws that we also had to put in a pot for right now till we got the retaining wall done. We just haven't moved them back out yet. And there's a couple of tulip poplars there because we want to replant an area to try some coppicing. And then we've got the peony bushes. So there's one right here. I can't tell because it's so sunny. I can't see if you can see it, but see this little red bud? That's all peony. So we planted these last year. This one's doing really great. This one only had come up a little bit last year, so it's put on a lot of growth, which is nice. Then this one I thought was dead last year, but it did come up this year. So yay, all 3 of them survived. I got them from Brex. So we got them as like a bare root. There's like some viney stuff on it, which I do not want to choke it out. Oh God. It's trying really hard to choke it out. Okay, I'm gonna have to. That was really wound around there. I had to work hard to get that out. Sorry, now my water bottle's in the way. Okay, so now it is fine. I have removed the viney growth for right now. I don't know what that viney plant is, but it clearly is really happy to choke things. So that's the 3rd peony. I think they are dark red, pink, and very light pink. I think I've talked about this on another video. I feel like I'm repeating myself. And somewhere over here is where we will replant the Rose of Sharon. It's a very old Bud Light can. We don't even drink Bud Light. So where that came from, I don't know. Probably been sitting here for years. It's full of dirt. Okay. So anyway, that's the plan. The plan is to make this into what we refer to as the fairy garden. But obviously it's still a work in progress. It's going to take years before it's completely set the way we want it. This area has really grown this year. There's a lot of strawberries. The strawberries have basically taken over this front bed. I'm going to get rid of this stupid Bud Light can. Okay, strawberries have basically taken over the front of this bed, which is great. We want them to kind of suppress. There's like this weird weed that grows everywhere. It's this one right here. I don't know what it is, but it spreads by like a connected, almost rhizome type thing. And it is very voracious, and ticks live everywhere in it, so I hate it. And it was covering this bed, and it gets really high, and then it, you know, is full of ticks, which we don't want. So anyway, we planted strawberries here last year and they have really spread. So there's lots of strawberries inside. There's a strawberry right there. There's bunches of strawberries. And we also had a little mint plant that we had planted when we first moved in. This is chocolate mint. And we uncovered it when we were planting the strawberries and I think the hazelnuts. We have hazelnut bushes. We have hazelnut bushes there and there. And I think we uncovered it somewhere here. I think this was where the original mint was. And like once we uncovered it from that crappy plant, now it's really got a chance to spread and throw its stuff out. So it's a mix of strawberry and mint, which is great. Because I will take strawberry and mint any time of day. And we don't see as many ticks with the mint. So, I don't know, maybe the ticks don't like the smell. They kind of don't like cedar, which we also get cedar oil sprayed now in all the areas where the kids are because we were just getting way too many ticks off of them and we got tired of it. Yeah, our blueberry had lots of flowers this year and I do see blueberries on there. Very green, but there are some right there. And there's some down there. We thought this thing was dead. There's some there and some there, some there, and there, and down here. So I was talking to Isa about this, and she asked how many liters of blueberries we get off of a bush, and I was like, none, because we've never been able to get blueberries off of it, but this year might be the first year, so maybe I'll actually be able to answer a question. But yeah, that guy had not paid off until now. And the honeyberries do have berries this year too. So that is very exciting. And then next week, the chickies can start coming outside for playtime, which we're excited about. So this is their pasture enclosure. This is only for when they are being monitored. So like if we're out here with them, we think we'll probably just, the kids might come out and play or hang out. Like they could just bring their tablet and sit out here with them or bring out like paper and stuff to draw because both of them like to do art and draw a lot. So I suggested we could get some camp chairs and put them inside of here because we have our chairs from when we go camping, so we could put those in the pasture and somebody could sit in there with them while they peck around and have fun. But this fence is just loosey-goosey, so it's not going to keep any predators out. But like I said, this is for when we're here. Maybe Ada can be here. We've got her to the point where she doesn't react to the chicks, so we just need to keep working on that. They have been loose with her on a leash, but we would never just leave them alone together at this point. But if I was out with her and the chicks, I think it'll be okay. But at this point, she's not a leash-free dog with them. But, maybe Ada could be in here with us and the chickens. Then, of course, they've got their full enclosure that is predator-proof for them to be in all the time. So they'll have access to all day, every day. And then they've got the smaller run that their coop comes off of. Both of those have rain covers. And we have a small area of pasture we're growing inside of the enclosure. So they will still have like places to peck and scratch and stuff. So yeah, hopefully this clover will, this is what's called a chicken mix. So it's like lots of different greens that are fun for them to peck at and stuff. So it's growing in nicely. This was all just dirt. I think when I showed it last time it was all dirt, but it's filling in very well. So it should be ready to go when they are ready to come out. And we sort of reseeded all of our grass and stuff because it got destroyed when they did the retaining wall. So that's why there's hay everywhere. Straw, not hay, straw. That's why there's straw everywhere, is because it's covering up where we reseeded. We reseeded with a mix of grass and clovers. It's also been really hot and dry, so we might actually need to water to get more seeds to germinate. Same for up there on top of the retaining wall. It's all just straw with seed at this point. But it is very nice. Our retaining wall is really good. I'm so happy with how they did. And we ended up with an extra pallet of the stones, which they order for each job, so they didn't want them. So we said, well, leave them here. We'll figure out stuff to do with them. Josh is thinking about adding one more course of the retaining wall on the back behind the shed here, because it didn't extend quite as far as we thought it was going to. We have more than enough stones to do that. And then the rest of these we may fill in the fairy garden and shore up that area that I was showing behind the peonies. We may try to make a little retaining wall there as well. So those are the plans. I came out our front door, so I had to climb the stairs back to the front door. It's really sunny. I came out to do a little bit of my walk. Joshua wants me to check if the ice cream place is open. They are listing their hours as 11 to 7, but they also are like a garden center and they sell mulch. So I don't know if the ice cream section is open because it's an unheated like shack that they serve food out of. So they have like lobster rolls and ice cream and lunch stuff and everything, and there's like an outdoor picnic area. But because it's an unheated shack for where the people work, they typically don't open it until it's consistently good weather. And I think Memorial Day is usually when they open it. So they did list their hours as being 11 to 7. So I'm just waiting for Josh to get home from jiu-jitsu, and then maybe we'll drive over there to see if they're open or not. There's also cottonwood right now. Ugh. I see it flying around. Which I'm super allergic to. So, yeah, so we might get ice cream today. I don't know. I was also going back and forth with my friend Andrea on like trying to book a hotel for Rhinebeck, because we think that they're gonna come for Rhinebeck. At least Andrea. I haven't heard anything from Jen yet on if she wants to come or not. But yeah, it's confusing. I freaking hate the website, and I was getting completely different rates for the same hotels that she was getting, and there were a million other things going on, and I was like, I gotta do this right now. So again, I'm gonna wait till Josh gets home, and then I can sit and look at it on the computer when people aren't driving me flipping crazy. So, okay, I'm gonna go back inside now, probably move things from the washer to the dryer, get stuff organized. Yeah.
They might eat some grass, right?
Maybe.
Oh my God! The clover grew so much in the grass.
Okay, make sure you get it all lashed in.
So much of the grass grew.
Do you like it out here? Do you?
Nope, nope, I'm coming. Don't.
Okay. Next, don't let him go onto the limbo. He only does it if he wants to.
Be cool, guys.
He wants to.
The limb is really high for them still.
I'll keep him safe. It's fine.
Is it fine though? Is it? I
seems
want to
to
put
enjoy
one into
himself.
the coop. Mom, can I put one into the coop?
Let them do their own thing, John.
Yeah, let them. We want to let them discover. They've never been outside before. This is probably very overwhelming.
Just to let them get used to being outside. It's
So
not
they don't
important-
know what's
It's not
happening?
important where they go. It's important that they
Well, they've gone outside before.
No, only Ariana ever went outside before.
Really? Why?
Yeah, because they weren't old enough yet.
But why did Ariana
Because I
go?
thought it was
Daddy
fun.
just wanted to check it out and see.
Okay. Got
Oh, look,
it.
they're starting to venture a little further. So exciting. Oh gosh, they're pecking and foraging.
They're finding bugs.
Mm.
Hey guys, I found a bug.
Probably ants and stuff in here.
And other stuff like these weird things with like these shells.
Yeah,
this?
pill bugs.
Yeah, pill bugs. I saw some right there. See, like right there.
On the video, they're blending in so well because of their feathers.
Wait, you can see.
See how they're camouflaged, kind of?
Oh yeah, they are.
Cool.
Except that they're kind of moving.
Watch out where you're walking. There's one that was almost on your foot.
Sorry.
Just
You're
be
right.
careful.
They're
Yeah.
hard to see.
Yeah.
Hey, ladies. I'm gonna show this.
Hey guys. So I'm wearing my shoot. Hey guys. So I'm wearing my Wild Joy. I had to go look it up. I've knit so many Samantha Guerin sweaters that I now don't remember which one's which. I wanted to say Chalet Days and I knew that wasn't right. Anyway, it's a very sunny day outside, as you can see behind me. But it's cold. So we woke up this morning and we had all the windows open and it was 58 degrees downstairs. So I've closed all the windows and it is starting to warm up, which is good. So I think it's up to 64 upstairs and it is 60 downstairs. It's really cold. I think it's going to be 73 today. So yeah. Should be better. Just checking in on the whole. This is a sleeve for my husband. It's insane. This is so large. But that's a sleeve. And then this is one of the front pieces. It's like the size of a dress for me. Nuts. So anyway, I've got it all taped together. I had to use packing tape because I couldn't find any Scotch tape. That's okay. And it has some fur and stuff stuck in it, but I can make it, so I don't care. Yeah, so I'm back to work today. I had a long weekend. I took an extra day because I'm going to have to work this upcoming weekend. So I was going to take advantage of my actual break that I get before I have to work through a weekend, which kind of means that I didn't really get days off anyway because I'm just trading it for different days that I have to work, that I shouldn't have to work. So net, I'm still losing days, but whatever. It's my Monstera. It's doing so nicely. It's getting so huge. So usually Monday morning, I water all of my plants. However, since yesterday was Memorial Day, I need to do it today. So I'm going to walk around and water all of my plants. Oh, I meant to repot this one. My alocasia came in this kind of like woven grass pot, but it's in there like sideways and it's really full. So whenever I water it, it kind of goes everywhere. But it does have a new leaf right there in the middle. This is kind of what it looks like. It's a really pretty leaf color. It was not doing well at all in my craft room. I think it was too much sun. But I brought it in here and put it on top of my desk. And it really likes this spot here. I think it gets just enough light, but it's not too much light. So yeah, I'm going to water all my plants with my tiny watering can, which takes a little while to do because there's a lot of them and there's a lot of rooms I have to go to. I got to go around and shut off all the lights that the kids left on because they leave for school and they leave every light on in the entire house. It's like, we're not going to be in those rooms. They don't need to have the lights on. Let's check on our blooms here. So I posted this on Instagram, but this guy, I rescued it when I was pregnant with Joshua, so I've had it for 9 years now. It's never bloomed. I didn't even know what color the blooms were. So it has now bloomed. Oops. And they're orange and yellow. It's so pretty. So it has just gigantic bloom stalk. Oh my God, I'm sorry. It's so big. It goes all the way. Like, I thought it was going to get to the top of this window before it stopped. I think there's like 14 bloom positions on here, and then each of them has 3 blooms that have come off of them. So this is going to be really impressive when it's done. It is a Miltassia Fitch Izumi. I don't even think they still use this classification for orchids anymore. I think the Miltassias are a combination of a Miltonia and a something else. That's about as far as my orchid knowledge goes. But I do watch this channel called The Orchid Girl, and I learned so much from her, from Danny. She's really into orchids, obviously, but she's got a really nice way of like talking about stuff that's very user-friendly. So it feels like you can actually do it. It doesn't feel overwhelming. So yeah, I really enjoyed her content, and it helped me feel comfortable enough to really get in there and like cut off a lot of the dead stuff, which is what these needed. And then once I did that, they really started shooting up like gangbusters. So it's been growing for years now, obviously. And then it finally put up those bloom stalks. So yeah, that's exciting. Now I know what it looks like. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna finish up here. Usually it takes 2 or 3 cans to get them completely watered, because I have a lot of them. And the Monstera kind of takes almost a whole can just by itself. I'm trying to do this in a reasonable way. Okay. The only thing I don't like about my Wild Joy, and you might want to think about, might want to think about this if you make it, is like this happens when I lift my arms. So I have kind of a shorter yolk area, I think, than some other people do, or definitely than Sam does, because they don't do this on her. So one of the things you can do when you knit a pattern is, if you know that about yourself, you can make the yoke shorter. Now I didn't do it for this one because I was test knitting, so I didn't want to cut the pattern shorter. But I have thought about knitting another one, and I think I would cut out maybe one of the motifs to make it fit me better. Because yeah, this is not cool. So every time I lift my arms, I have to push it back down. Just, as you can imagine, kind of annoying. I still have to do my office, but that usually just takes one more can. So yeah, if I were to redo it, I think I would probably omit this whole second triangle section, and I would just go from this straight to that. And I think that would have done it for me. So yeah, if I just did that, that would have been okay. But that's fine. It's still a really nice sweater. And I've done that on the Salty Air Tee. When I knit mine, I don't do the last lace motif on it. I did all the ones in this room. So I did only 3 lace motif repeats instead of 4, and it fits me perfectly. So it's really just that, like, my upper bust portion is just shorter. Which we're all humans and we're all different sizes. So that makes perfect sense that it wouldn't be the same size for everybody. And that's the awesome thing about knitting, is you can make it fit you. So just a little pro tip there. If you are short, high busted, just omit some stuff. So yeah, I think that would have been really good if I'd just done that instead. Like this whole thing would be gone and it would just go to the white. However, I might have needed to update the stitch count because this, I think you do another repeat there or another increase set there to get up to enough to do this. But I bet I could modify the chart so that it would work. So anyway, yeah, and then it would end sooner, but it doesn't like have a huge bat wing or anything either. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I would just omit the bottom one. Like that would be fine too. I don't know. Anyway, I'll think about it if I knit another one. That's what I might do. So I'm gonna go start working now, and maybe I'll check in a little bit later at lunchtime ish to show what I've been working on. But I've made a lot of progress on the teacher hat, which I need to move because Ada's laying on it right now. That's how much I now have done. So I just have to compare it to my other sock head hats, but I feel like that's close on what I do for the ribbing. And then you increase up to the full stitches for the head. Like that. Hi guys. I'm feeling kind of nauseous right now. I kind of have most of the day today. Went away for a little while and now it's back. Joshua had some kind of stomach virus over the weekend. I think it started on Saturday. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, Saturday. He was like getting ready to go to bed and he was like started vomiting. And then he woke up Sunday morning and vomited some more. Then he seemed fine. And so everything seemed like it was okay. But I just got through all the laundry of his stuff. So I don't know if like I caught it from him and now I'm just like, ooh, kind of fighting it off, but I do not feel well today at all. At least it's not a nasal thing. It's almost always like sinus stuff for me. I very rarely get any kind of like stomach thing. Yeah, this one is really not good. I'm walking with Ada right now and I'm feeling it. Just getting up and walking around. I was okay to sit and work. But yeah, walking is not doing me any favors right now. So I might just have to get her to go potty and then go back inside for today because I'm not sure I can handle a whole walk. Ooh, there's a different kind of flower down here. Let's go see it, Ada. Oh, it's a different columbine. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh wow, it's red and white. We have some like candy pink ones. I'm gonna flip the camera. Make sure I'm not stepping in poison ivy. Yeah, I saw the red from up by the driveway. So here's the purple one. This one grows pretty naturally around here. There was some around our fire pit. And I don't know why Ada's leash is locked. Oh, because she's as far as she can go. Okay, these we ordered. And then that red one is also, must be from ones that we ordered. Cool. Well, I'm going to take some pictures of it. And then I can share it with Josh if he hasn't seen it. Yeah, Ada's just like standing on Berry Hill with her feet dug in to the ground. Being real weird, Ada. Real weird. What are you doing? You just sunk in? Now you're trapped? You're not trapped. You're not trapped. Alright. Yeah, so I'm just gonna focus on trying to get her to go potty. Oh, ouch. Hit myself in the glasses with the leash. And then I'm gonna go back in, just sit down and maybe, I don't know, knit a little bit. Hey everyone, so I worked today. My hair is crazy. I need to take a shower. Oh my goodness. My allergies are being a little bit weird today. Yeah, how are you all doing? It is Saturday, June 3rd. Saturday, June 3rd. And I am working on my, what is it called? Laurel? I think it's Laurel. Yes, Laurel sweater. I'm going to do a short sleeved version, and I think I've showed it before, but I'm quite a bit further now. Yep. So I have finished down through the blue of it. So I'm using, this is Gnome Acres Party Gnome Sprinkles is the colorway. And then these are a set of speckled minis that I got from Mothy and the Squid. I originally knit them into a surprise party shawl that I got, I don't know, a couple of repeats through. It's a Helen Stewart pattern, but it kind of sat in my whip bin, and then I realized, like, I don't ever wear shawls anymore, like, ever. Basically just with my coats, but I used to wear them, like, with outfits, and I don't do that now. I just wear hand knit sweaters. So I figured this would be a better use for it. The other color is also Gnome Acres on Party Gnome, and it is the Fireworks colorway. So it's kind of a dark eggplant purple, but it looks black with the way I'm knitting it up. I really liked that nice black stripe. Excuse me. So when I measured it, I had one more color of green, which was this really cool seafoam green. However, I wouldn't have had room to do that and also do blue and purple. And I did want to do like cyan, dark blue, and purple. And if I did that, it would have been too long. So instead, I skipped it. So I just did this lighter green and then this cyan color. And now I'm going to move on to this blue. And then my last color will be purple. They're kind of falling apart a little bit, the minis. But my last color will be purple. And then obviously I'll do ribbing. I think I'm going to do a short sleeve sweater, but I haven't decided if it's going to be like really short sleeves or down like that, kind of elbow length sleeves. I'm going to see where I'm at with the Party Gnome, because I have 2 skeins of it and that's it. I can't get more because Amanda's not dyeing yarn anymore. So this is what I have left of the first one, and then this is what I have of the second one. So I think I'm going to be fine. You can tell though that they are very different colors. So the one on the left is a lot lighter and the one on the right is much darker. So more, this one's more creamy and this one's more kind of a toast kind of color. So what I've done on the sweater is I've alternated with the stripes. So it's maybe more visible in person, but yeah, no, you can tell. Okay, so I did the light color here, and then this is the darker, lighter, darker, lighter, darker. So that it would at least look intentional that I was doing these alternating sections. So basically I start it in when I do the black stripe, and then I go all the way down to the next black stripe, and I swap before I start that next black stripe. So I just have alternating bands of those colors, and then whichever one I end with, that's what I'm going to do the bottom ribbing with. I started with the lighter one because this part up near my face, I wanted it to be the lighter one. So anyway, that is what I'm doing. I really like this pattern though, it's very nice. I may make another one that has full-length sleeves. I think this might be a nice thing to do with my nectar leftovers. That could be really fun. Just pick one color that I could use as my background color, and then do stripes of the other colors as the leaves, because they're leaves, if you can't tell. This definitely needs to be locked, but it's fine. So yeah, that's going really well. And then I also cast on a sockhead hat for Joshua's teacher gift, and I'm really far on that, so I may switch over to this now. I'm using this fun little carrot progress keeper from Charmed and Dangerous, but I'm going to move this up, knit for a little while, see how it goes. But obviously I'm done with the brim, maybe a third of the way through the body of the hat, so it's going fine. Their last day of school is June 15th, so it has to be done before then. That's okay though, it's fine. And then I'm also working on my summer frolic, which is the fall frolic but with short sleeves, because Gabby made one and now I really want one of hers. Hers is so cute. So I'm using for that, this is Hey Sister Yarn Co., the gray one in Favorite Tea, and then the other color is Hamster Unicorns from Chromatic Yarns. I always want to say the Corner of Craft, but her dye studio is called Chromatic Yarns. So everything is D&D themed. And I'm also doing the Critters and Knitters make-along, so I could enter this for my Critters and Knitters make-along, because I didn't have very much of it done when it started, and I do think they're accepting whips. So on this one I have little wee ones, stitch marker, that's a sheep butt. He's really cute. There we go. See his little eyeballs. And one of Hannah's hand-beaded stitch markers. There we go. That's a sheepy. I won that as the prize for the Advents of December's Past knit along that she did last year. I made a firecracker hat with all of my minis from the Yarn at Home Moms Advent that I got a couple of years ago, and that was really cool. I wear that hat all the time. It's really nice. I held them double to get to a DK weight because that hat is a DK weight, and it was perfect. Or sorry, yeah, the hat calls for DK. I had a fingering weight advent calendar. So yeah, I'm on the start of the third little set of stuff. This is a pattern by Samantha Guerin of Samantha Guerin Designs. As I said, it's the fall frolic, but I'm doing a summer version. And that's pretty much everything I'm working on. I do want to cast on another tee that is by, shoot, what is the name of that designer? Oh gosh, I'm not going to remember. she does some really cute stuff. So I have two things I'm going to cast on from her. One is up here that I printed the pattern. The underlace top. Lily Kate France. And I think she's Lily Kate Makes on Instagram. There we go. So this one I'm going to do with some pink yarn. Shoot. Because I was saying I was going to do a different top and then it called for DK and I didn't think it was going to work. And I like that one. It's definitely fingering weight and it's very like delicate and nice. So it's going to be with this yarn, which is the Indisworm colorway from Plies and Hellhounds, but it's her Lucent base, I think. It's the one with silk and BFL. Ooh, is it BFL? Yeah, it's BFL and silk. I remembered, Gabby. Hey, from the Folklore Club. So I wound that yarn up, and then the other one I want to do is also a Lily Kate France, because she was doing a, shoot. Nope, there's nothing, no giveaway there. She was doing a pattern sale. So I got two of her patterns. It was like 2 for 10 pounds, because she's a European designer. So this one is the Feels Right Tee/tank. So it has instructions for both a t-shirt and a tank. I want to make the t-shirt version, and I'm going to do it with these two skeins of So Scarlet from Plies and Hellhounds on the Marie Cutie base. This was like one of the last hurrahs on the kids left a Jolly Rancher wrapper that was stuck on there. Delightful. On the Marie Cutie base that she did for Yarn Centric. I think this was some of the yarn she brought home, but this is one of the colorways that she's running out of dye stock for the speckles, so she's going to kind of retool this one. But I really loved these when I saw them. And I'm going to do it with this one, which was my one and only purchase that was yarn from Connecticut Sheep and Wool, and it is Never Trust a Prince, also on Marie Cutie, but it does have some of those red tones in it. So this is going to be kind of the chest stripe and the neckband and arm ribbing. So that's going to be really pretty. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do with these. And then I'll make a really nice tee. And then whatever's left of the So Scarlet, I'll make like some sort of hat with, because I've got a pair of fingerless mitts that is like the deeper red in this color. And I think it would look really nice to have a hat with it, even if it's just like a colorwork hat. So maybe I'll use the leftovers of that for a colorwork hat. Reversed around. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. Like I said, I was working today and I do have to work tomorrow, but I made a lot of good progress today, so I'm pretty happy about what I got done. And Joshua is at a birthday party right now. I'm gonna close the windows because it's freezing outside. It was like 86 yesterday. I think it hit 90. And then we had thunderstorms, and now it's like in the 60s, the low 60s. So it's 69 in the house right now, but there's a really cold breeze coming in. And I'm not enjoying it. I'm getting goosebumps on my arms. So yeah, I'm going to go see if I can kind of whip together a dessert, because Megs is at home, and just trying to make it be a little bit fun, because it's, you know, when one goes to a party, the other one's always sad. But it's also a hot mess in my kitchen right now. There's a lot of dishes. Josh does the dishes, I don't. But he took Joshua to the party, so he usually loads the dishwasher at night. Those who watch my Vlogmas know that. But I have to put away. We had tuna melts for dinner. So I just finished eating dinner and I was like, ooh, I should record a little podcast before I start thinking about making some cookies or something, which is what I think I might do. Cookies or brownies or something like that would be fun. Just want to mess around with some baking. So yeah, I'm going to sign off for right now, but I will check back in some more during June. Happy June, everybody. Hey everybody, I thought I would pop on just for a few minutes. It is June 5th. June 5th. Monday, June 5th. I don't know what day it is because I worked all weekend and I have lost track of time. So I have this weird sense of urgency about work things, which is ridiculous because I worked over the weekend. So I think it's 2 days later than it is. I need to just chill. So it is kind of nice today. I say kind of because it was pretty cold yesterday. So the high was only 58 degrees. And today the high is about 70. But this morning was really cold. So I put on my Sperry sweater. And the fact that I can wear a mohair sweater in June speaks to how chilly it is. But I'm sitting here waiting for some deliverables from people on my team for work. So I'm working on the sockhead hat while I wait for them to send me things to approve. I think I'm only 2 inches from starting the crown decreases, which it goes very fast after that. So I'm doing great on my timing because this needs to be finished to give to Joshua's teacher by the 15th of June. And yeah, it's going really well. So yeah, I'm happy with that. And then I just got an email from Samantha. She has another design because she is so prolific as a designer. It's amazing. I don't know how she does it. But I applied for her newest test knit and I was accepted in for the test knit. So it is a DK weight summer sweater with like a V-neck in the front. What is that called? It's the same kind of shoulders as the Heritage Harbor sweater. However, because there's not like a stitch pattern, I can add waist shaping, which is my only thing I didn't love for me about the Heritage Harbor sweater is I just don't like not having waist shaping because of the disparate sizing of my body. So if I size it for my bust, then it's really big on the waist. Megs loves it though and is wearing it constantly, so that's great. It's still getting used and probably looks way better than it does on me. So that's fine. I'm happy to knit sweaters for my family. But yeah, this one I can do, I think I'm going to do a solid color. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to use, it's Debbie Bliss. I think it's maybe Rialto DK. It's like a very deep teal color. And it is bamboo, merino wool and silk blend, but it's mostly bamboo. Samantha knit hers out of a linen silk blend, so I think it'll probably need to be something kind of drapey to achieve a similar effect. And this has been in my stash since 2008. I went with my mom to get it right before my rehearsal dinner. And then we got stuck in traffic in the Caldecott Tunnel. This is when I lived in the Bay Area. And I was late for my rehearsal dinner. But yeah, so I have that yarn now. And I definitely want to use it at this point. I love getting stash yarn out. Especially like 15-year-old stash yarn. There were a couple of places on one of the balls that looked a little bit questionable. So that's the other reason why I think I need to get it out, is that I do think This was one of the yarns that was moth damaged a little bit in my old house. Well, it was carpet beetles. It wasn't actually moths. But yeah, in the old house, I had all of my stash upstairs for those who've watched for a long time. And that was all carpeted upstairs. And there were some unfortunate yarn nibbling incidents. So yeah, I'm gonna try to swatch with that this evening. I'm hoping that it's not gonna be a super long night for me because I worked over the weekend. I think that we should be able to finish up at a reasonable time today. I put the chickens outside, but now of course it looks like it's gonna rain, so I may have to bring them back in. They do have a rain cover, but since they're not fully feathered yet, they're really close to being fully feathered. They just have like a little bit on their heads that needs to be feathered. So I think they would probably be fine, but they also are not big enough yet to jump the stairs to get up to the coop. So they wouldn't have anywhere to kind of go if it really started coming down. So I'm just going to keep an eye on it. But they're outside, they have water, and I didn't bother to move their food out because they ate a bunch this morning, and then they're just kind of eating bugs and worms and stuff. So they're really happy. But we're trying to get them out for several hours every day to acclimate them to, you know, not being under the heat lamp. And then when they're, I think somewhere between 8 and 12 weeks old, basically when they can climb that ladder on their own and get into the coop, then they can be outside permanently, which will be really nice because at this point they're too big for the house. So they're in the garage. My garage has been basically taken over by chickens, and I can't park my car inside, and it is covered in pollen. And because we live out in a little bit more rural area, when you park your car outside for a long time, mice move in, and I don't really want mice to move in. So just a couple more weeks there, and then they can go outside. Yeah, I think that's all that's going on right now. So I'm going to swatch this evening. I'll maybe take some pictures of that and let you know how it goes. All right. Hello. So I'm going to show you the chickens. The pest control guy is here. So Ada's running around trying to figure out who's here. Go look at the chickies. They've grown so much. They're so big. All right. Hello, ladies. I hope you didn't eat any paper shavings. Did you eat any paper shavings? Look at them. They're so big. So we think maybe in like 2 more weeks they'll be able to go outside. I shredded a bunch of boxes, and so we're using those as some of the bedding because we bought like 1 bale of pine shavings, but we're kind of not we weren't prepared for this giant playpen and how many shavings it takes to fill the giant playpen. So anyway, but it'll be nice for them to be outside. They have been going outside during the day. Hi, KK. They really, really want treats because I usually give them worm treats. So this one is Ariana Grande. This one is Tay Tay with the stripe down her front. Oh, goodness. This one is Shakira. Well, they're laying down. They've decided I don't have anything for them. This one's Brittany. Then we've got Cardi B and Fergie. And I think this one's Nicki Minaj. it's harder to tell them apart now. They were more distinctive when they were babies because they had interesting like little head things on them. And that is gone now because those are their baby feathers. So I'm almost having to relearn them with their fully adult plumage and figuring out which one is which based on adult feather patterns. But it's just harder to tell. We've got a lot of smoke today from Eastern Canadian wildfires. So we are keeping all of our windows shut, and we haven't had to turn the AC on yet. It's like 68 degrees right now in the house. It was really cold this morning, so that's good. And we closed the windows right away. So it's 64 in the house when we closed the windows. It's gone up like 4 degrees. It's not too bad, but it's really weird and hazy outside. It reminds me of the Bay Area when the fires were happening. So I don't know if the camera is going to pick it up, but it's like this very weird orangey light. So usually my craft room is extremely like green lit, especially this time of day. I'm kind of cold right now. I might put on a warmer cardigan. I'm just wearing like a store-bought, really thin cotton cardigan, but it's not enough. So I'm going to put on something else. Yeah, I didn't get to swatch last night for the test knit for Samantha, but I did get the yarn out. So it is this. That's the color. It's Debbie Bliss Prima. I have a lot. I don't know what I was thinking, but I hadn't really knit sweaters for myself yet. I don't think I knit any sweaters for myself. So I was going to make a tank top with this. The Rivet tank, I think, is what it is. It's like kind of cabled, like an A-line tank. And yeah, so I went to a yarn store in the Bay Area and got this yarn. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 balls of it. And it is a DK weight, and there's 100 meters. So 900 meters to make like a spaghetti strap tank. That's just way too much, especially for DK weight. So I've got a ton. This should be more than enough to make the sweater for Samantha's test knit. Now my hair's falling out. These were just to make my hair get dry. I didn't brush it or anything. My hair is kind of naturally wavy, especially the older I've gotten. So I've been trying to just like put some leave-in conditioner on it and then just not comb it until it's a little bit more dry to let maybe some of the natural wave come out a little more. So that's what I'm doing. So I just kind of pulled it into some very loose ponytail bun things. Yeah, so that's what's going on. I'm a little out of sorts because I worked over the weekend. I don't know what day it is. I feel like it should be a Friday, and it is like Tuesday. So, yeah, and you can hear the stuff. I think they're spraying for ants and mice, so we get just like a repellent put on around the outside. It's not like poison, but it is a natural repellent. And then they also spray cedar oil for ticks, so they're kind of going around and doing that. And then we've got like termite traps that they come and check periodically to make sure we don't have termites because we live in the middle of the forest. So termites are out there munching on dead wood all the time. So far, so good. Yeah, I'm kind of rambling now, so I'll just cut it off here and come back if I have something interesting to say. Okay, so I have 3 minutes before my meeting, and yeah, I wanted to pop on and just show my nails. I painted them. It's a really like kind of nude pink color, and it's called A Doll's House, and it's from Mooncat. Not sponsored, just a fan. I got like 4 colors to try out, and I really like all of them. So I kind of want to get one that's like this cinnamony color. She does have one, but I didn't want to just get a crap ton of nail polish, because sometimes I go through phases where I don't paint my nails for just years, and then other times I'm painting them constantly. So I'm in the phase of painting them constantly, and I sort of went through my nail polish because I had some like OPI from a good 22 years ago. I did thin some of it, but some of it I couldn't even open the bottles. So I just kind of went through and cleaned stuff up. I'm trying to move to ones that don't have toluene and formaldehyde and stuff like that in them. So as I'm replacing with these kind of smaller company ones where they're mixed. So like the Tarte Peach, Mooncat, that kind of thing. Piggy Polish. But I did finish the hat last night for Joshua's teacher gift. So I just need to wash and block that this weekend. Next week is their last week of school. I think Thursday is their last day. So I just want to make sure it has time to dry, but I think it'll be this weekend warm enough to do that if the smoke clears. We've had a lot of smoke from the Canadian wildfires, so we really haven't been going outside because we have like HEPA filters and stuff in our air filtration system. So we're just trying to stay safe as we can. But yeah, if it's warm this weekend, I'd like to wash all of my like warm things, so hats and gloves and scarves and cowls, and lay those out to dry before I put them away for the season, because I think we're pretty safely out of hat and mitten season. And that gives me a chance to also take inventory and see if anything is missing that the kids might have left at school, so that they can look in lost and found before the year's over. Because when the year is done, the school just donates everything that's left in there. So I don't want my hand knits to get donated if possible. So that's what I'm going to do this weekend. I also want to sew. I'm hoping that I could sew some Eastbourne trousers. And then I also got like this camis and panties pattern. So I'd like to try that with some scraps of jersey fabric that I have left over to make just some like simple camisoles. But I have some of my narwhal fabric left, my sushi fabric, the fabric I've used for dresses. So I think those will all be nice to use. So that's my plan.
And those fancy feet.
Are they?
Yeah, I don't think you need it laid down. Oh, so pretty. Good girl.
Hello. So I finished my tea, my rainbow tea. I'm getting ready to go to CVS to get some ivy wash, because Joshua has poison ivy on his back and his arms. And I was trying to get a virtual visit for him today, and there's stuff broken with the website. So we're just going to do what we can do. So anyway, here's my top. I have to weave in all of these ends now. There are a ton. I started weaving in on one sleeve and under the arm. Then I wanted to try it on just to make sure it fits. So what I did is I did one of the black kind of little diamondy motifs. Then I did 2 rows, one of which was a decreased row to get into a multiple of 4, and then I just did like 8 rows of ribbing for the cuffs. So very short cap sleeves. I did all but one of the colors. I left out the green. That's kind of a seafoam green just because I thought it'd be too long. Now, looking at it, I probably could have done it, but then my bottom ribbing would have been really small, and I kind of like the look of the tee kind of pulling in a little bit on the bottom, especially because I didn't do any waist shaping, because I just couldn't figure out how to do it with the colorwork motif. So no waist shaping on this one, but that's fine. So it has more positive ease than I normally would have. That's okay. So yeah, I just need to wash and block it, and like I said, weave in all of the ends, and there are tons of them. But I do like how it fits when I tried it on, and I think, you know, blocking is going to help with some of the top portion. It's a little bit roughly on the very top because that was the frogged yarn from before when I knit the surprise party shawl. I had a little bit of it that was frogged, and I didn't want to wash it for just that little bit. So it'll be fine. It'll work out. So yeah, I'm going to get ready and go to CVS. I have the day off today, but I've taken one work call already. Hopefully that's the only one. And Megs is doing a Juneteenth presentation tomorrow because they had like biography projects, and she did a really cool art design for, I think, Lori Lightfoot. So yeah, anyway, it's framed. She's going to go present it and talk about her project and stuff tomorrow. I was hoping maybe I could wear that tee, but I don't think it's going to be ready. So I'll just wear something else. Maybe the Pampas tee. I don't know. But that one I need to, I want to rip out the bottom bind off and add like an inch. I do have enough yarn to do that. Oh my gosh. My purse is just open. Crazy. So yeah, I might do that this evening. Otherwise it's perfect, but what I did is I wasn't sure I'd have enough yarn for the sleeves, and so I bound off, and then I did the sleeves, and I totally had enough yarn. This is what I've got left. So that's plenty to add an inch to the body length. And I felt like when I was wearing it, I was pulling it down constantly. So that's usually an indication to myself that I should have knit it an inch longer. So the chickens are outside, but they're in their enclosure, so they will be safe. Ada is asleep upstairs. So yeah, I'm gonna go to CVS. I want to sew some pajama shorts for Josh today. He made a request that he gets too warm in the summer and he'd like some with like summer fabric. So I have some seersucker in like a bright lime green that I got for kind of a Hawaiian shirt style thing for Joshua, but he's not really into button-up shirts. So I just have it with nothing to use it for. Kind of looking in my generic fabric box to see if there's anything else I would use for shorts. I have a lot of very girly cotton prints. It's just a bunch of stuff that my mom sent me. Or I have things that were like bags, but that's like fat quarters, so that's not enough to make a pair of pajama shorts. So I might have to go to Affordable Fabrics to get a couple of just generic cottony woven fabrics, not knit fabrics, to make a couple pairs of shorts. So that's the plan. I didn't mean for this to be a vlog, so I'm going to stop now. hope that this is what you wanted. She's making more work for you. She got pretty deep. Yeah.
I think it's lifting it so it's straight.
Maybe. Let's go closer so we can tell.
Yeah, but that makes it. Yes, it is. It is drinking.
See that little move there? That's
Yeah.
its tongue.
Oh, cool. So it's lifting its legs so it can have...
Meg,
The
you
sugar
want my
water.
sweatshirt?
I guess so.
Nope, it's actually quite warm out here.
That was so cool. I'm glad that we saved the bee. And I am the one that cared about it enough to go and make the sugar water. But Mom,